Go. 7 months ago on our laptops, we each opened a Northwestern Masters of Journalism acceptance letter. Now we are here. It is the podcast. We are back. Episode 1. Let's do it. Yeah, so welcome everyone to podcast that will have a name next week. This is Jake Mazarski, joined by Toussaint Fancher and Blake McQuarrie. We're so happy to be here. We are the 3 biggest ball knowers in this MSJ program. I fully believe that. And we've had so many sports conversations off the record that we had to put some on. Boys, how we feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling good.
I'm so excited to start this.
Bro.
Whole winter break, I was like, okay, like podcast. Like, it was just repeating in my head. So I'm just so excited.
Dude, and how crazy is it that y'all are in a podcast or met me before I was even in classes and we're just like, we're going to freaking podcast.
No,
yeah.
Like, this was like a plan before, like, Jake even
got here.
Started classes. Like, so, yeah.
If I didn't pull up to that one Medill Friday, guys,
Dude, Friday.
we would not be
Shout
here.
Shout out to Medill Fridays. They don't know what Medill Fridays are yet, but we'll... That's so fire. We'll tune them in the Medill Fridays at some point. All right, so what do we got first?
NFL. We got Wildcard weekend coming up, and I could take the lead here and then go to you guys because you guys actually are fans of playoff teams that's not playing in Wildcard weekend because the Lions are the best team in the NFC. I'm a Jets fan. In the league. I haven't seen my team in the playoffs since Barack Obama was president, to put that in perspective. But we got Wildcard weekend coming. It starts on Saturday. Houston Texans annual Wildcard Saturday game. But what are y'all's overall impressions on this week, and what's something to look out for?
I feel like a huge thing to look out for this week. The one game that I'm highlighting is Washington Tampa Bay, only because like it's one of those that like it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I wouldn't know what to tell you guys like who to bet on for that game.
It's pretty much a 50-50 game if
you
think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, both quarterbacks are really good, high draft picks, good teams, both resilient. One's a rookie, but the other one's been battling through injuries and come as far as he has. So it's like it really could go up in the air.
Right.
Is it at Washington too?
It's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa. So that's why I'm like I don't know because.
It's a tough one.
Do you take a young rookie, Jaden Daniels, to go into Tampa and defeat the Buccaneers? The Buccaneers are a tough team.
Baker's been playing out his mind this year.
Yeah, exactly. And that defense is tough. I'm not going to lie. Like, that defense is actually tough.
I'd see Baker lighting up this Washington defense that's one of the worst in the league passing-wise. Yeah. Like, their corners are just not good. Baker has 40 passing touchdowns on the year. 41, actually. Fact check. Yeah. You're talking about a guy that was runner-up for Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2018. Would have won if Saquon Barkley wasn't an absolute freak. I think we could all agree Jaden Daniels is that guy. And he's so disgusting, especially once you get to the last 30 seconds of the game. Dude, what the... Yeah.
He plays so freely.
Bro, it's wild.
He plays so freely, like he's in the backyard.
It's like a rookie Lamar. Like he's so slippery too. Like you can't catch him. He gets to his spot and he throws the right pass.
Yeah, and he hasn't even developed yet. Like this is a rookie quarterback. Like he's in his first year. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna be a bust. I'm gonna keep it a bust.
I didn't think he was gonna be a bust. I thought it was gonna be a tough year. I thought he was gonna have the year Caleb had.
Yeah.
He was gonna have the year
I thought he was going to be really immature, turn over the ball, and not go down, get hit a lot, sort of like Richardson last year for those first 4 games, and Daniels is obviously smaller, takes some hits. He did take a massive hit against one of those teams. I think it was the Cowboys, but the guy's a stud. He's a monster, and now he's in the offs. Like,
He took those hits at LSU. It was a whole compilation of him getting
Facts. Oh, 2 Heisman winners, by the way. We forgot to mention that.
True.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that.
That is true. 2 Heisman. That's a big storyline right there as well. Two former Heisman winners.
Right.
Toe to toe.
Another game that I like. We were talking about Washington as a dog, and we'll get picks in soon, Pod. But I really like the Minnesota Vikings, the foe of the Detroit Lions. Obviously, the Lions killed them on Sunday night. I'm a huge Sam Darnold truther. Y'all are going to learn that, audience. I need some callers, by the way, to tell me why he's not good at football. Argue with the wall. But I really like Minnesota. I mean, a lot of people think them and Detroit are going to match up next week or inevitably through the playoffs. If I had to pick one more underdog, I think they are favored in this game, but I'm going off road opponent. I really like them. The Rams, they're a fine team. Matthew Stafford sort of reaching the end. Minnesota's 14-3. Like, come on.
I like that. I like the Rams for this one.
You do?
Personally. Here's why I like the Rams. I think it's in LA, right?
It's in LA.
Well, we don't know yet.
Yeah, it might be in Arizona because of Los Angeles.
They
Thoughts
just
and
said
prayers
they
to
might.
everyone.
Yeah.
To me, it levels a little bit.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, LA fans travel. So
They do.
They
That's
might
true.
travel to go to that game.
That's
Thoughts
very
and
true.
prayers to everyone too out there.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But I have the Rams just because I think Stafford. I mean, I'm familiar with him being a Lions fan. I think he's still got that dog in him. I know that McVay is still a really good head coach. The only thing that gives me worry is that secondary. You know, very young, very inexperienced. And Sam Darnold, he's been playing on his mind this year.
Yes, sir.
Except for the last game, he's been playing really good. I can't lie. I was a hater. I thought he was going to turn into a pumpkin mid-season, but I had to give him his credit. So.
Okay, so like real quick before I go into it, why are you a Sam Darnold fan?
So partially, okay.
It's so random to me.
So I'm gonna give my biased take. I'm gonna give
As hell.
Yeah.
Random as hell.
I'm gonna give my biased take and then I'll give my unbiased
But
take.
he wasn't good.
He wasn't good for the Jets, but he was just.
Adam Gase.
He had Adam Gase as his head coach, and he had Todd Bowles. He had Todd Bowles for 1 year. Yeah, he's from Ipsy.
No, yeah, he is from Ipsy.
He's from Ipsy, dude.
He is from Ipsy.
Adam Gase ruined Sam Darnold. And look, Darnold was such a good kid. Thought he was going number 1 overall, by the way. But then Baker had the season Baker had. And like I keep saying, good kid. Darnold came in here, first game of his career against the Lions. I don't know if you guys remember, threw a pick six on the first play.
Yeah, pick six.
I took the I took a bungee chair in my house and threw it on a wall, and that was all. Yeah, guess who lost? Yeah, that was bad.
Picturing Jake throwing a bungee
Bro.
chair at a wall.
I definitely have a picture,
the
dude.
Lions when they were
They were terrible, and the Jets ended up winning that game like 48-17 or something. But the Jets did not freaking help them, obviously. They went with Zach Wilson. And then I always rooted for the guy to succeed. Went to Carolina, didn't work. Went to San Francisco, sat behind Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan. Now he's in Minnesota.
Okay.
Unbiased, non-Jets fan.
Okay.
I think that the Jets ruined him. The Panthers ruined him. The Niners, he didn't play for. Their coaching did not help him out. He's always a naturally talented guy. And I thought under Kevin O'Connell, who's probably one of the best offensive minds in the league, would have said that before this season too. Give him weapons: Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, not Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones. I was stuck in 2018 for a second. Just give the guy a shot and let it fly. And JJ McCarthy getting hurt took a lot of the pressure off him too.
That's valid. That's a very valid.
Yeah.
I get that.
That's valid.
You know the matchup.
It was just random to me.
You know the matchup.
Right?
That's true.
I got some other random ones too. That'll be a later thing. Yeah.
The matchup that I'm really looking for, people have been saying it's the bummy one. It's the Chargers versus the Texans. And the one I'm looking at is Justin Herbert. For one, Justin Herbert, you know, he had that one playoff game, and Trevor Lawrence, and then he came back, and you know, Brandon Staley, and now he has Harbaugh. Now you've got the coach.
Yep.
I know the wide receiver room isn't what it used to be. You still won 10 games, right? It was like 10, 11 games.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you have C.J. Stroud, who kind of regressed a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
took a step back. He's still ball. I mean, he can still fling that thing. So
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's two guys, one's regressing and one is supposed to be getting better, and he's not, and it's like
that matchup just doesn't move me.
You're saying that because Stroud went to Ohio State,
No,
all right?
no. Okay.
No.
I am an Ohio State hater. I'm a Michigan man, born and raised, Ann Arbor fan. Like, you can't get anything better. But listen, though, it's not because of that. I actually love Stroud. Like, I love Stroud. I absolutely love all of what Stroud's about. Like, I love how he plays.
He's gross.
He is going to be a superstar in the league. But no, it just doesn't move me because Houston just hasn't been playing good football. They have not been playing good football. And what really did it for me, what really pissed me off was the 2 points against Baltimore.
Oh my God.
What was that, Christmas Eve? That
Christmas
was a
Day.
game.
Beyonce was there. Beyonce.
Beyonce performing at halftime.
Dude, oh my God.
No, I'm not putting up 2 points.
Yeah.
I'm not putting up 2 points in Beyonce's performing at halftime.
Lamar didn't even have a halftime strategy. You watch Beyonce and he still kicked their ass. They're
in Houston. You're in Texas.
Crazy.
That's why Beyonce's there.
Dude.
It's for you guys. And you put up 2 points?
that's sad.
Like, come on. Like, come on.
I get that.
The lights are too bright.
They've had a lot of injuries. We have to be fair.
A lot of injuries.
And that's another thing.
Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins. I mean, not Nico. Well, Collins was hurt. Tank Dell, obviously. Like, all those guys.
That's another reason is why, like, they're not moving me is because Diggs is gone. Tank Dell is gone.
But see, that's the thing that's going to be interesting to me is because they don't have anybody, and the Chargers and Herbert has the pool.
He literally has Nico Collins
right?
and Dalton Schultz
here's
out
the
there.
thing. Herbert has to
And
prove
then-
himself. He has to.
No, he does.
So it's has to prove it
Well-
versus
Well, does he have to prove himself though?
name one big game that
Because-
Justin Herbert has won.
Oh, Justin Herbert has to
Yeah.
prove himself this game.
No, not
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, because Stroud.
Oh, okay.
Stroud won a playoff
I-
game
I-
already.
I
Stroud won a
understand.
playoff game last year.
Yeah, that's what
So,
I said.
Herbert.
Stroud doesn't have to
prove
Okay.
himself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna blame
Herbert-
the. Yeah, you could go.
Oh yeah, Herbert absolutely.
Yeah.
Herbert absolutely has to prove.
Because
it.
everywhere I see, he's a top 5
And-
quarterback,
yeah.
and you have to get wins if you're going to be a top
Hasn't
5.
won a
And that's-
playoff game.
That's why
Yeah.
I feel like the Chargers are gonna win this one easy.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know.
like, dude, Justin Herbert losing that
I don't
game.
know.
I shouldn't even say Justin
be a
Herbert
closer
losing that
game
game.
than people
It's going to be a closer one. The Chargers losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars in 22, not Justin Herbert's fault. It's totally Brandon Staley's.
Yeah.
They're up 27-0.
Okay,
They
Brandon
closed the
Staley
playbook. Yeah, Staley's one of the worst coaches to exist. But now you got Jim Harbaugh, who has made his Super Bowl, won a national championship last year with Michigan. Herbert had a great soundbite the other day, by the way. I don't know if y'all saw this, where he goes, Jim Harbaugh remembers the day he was born. That's how I knew he was for real. Dude, the Chargers, they might not be the flashiest team. They win in the trenches. They have
They
a good
do.
passing
Jim
defense.
Harbaugh.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Like,
dude,
Jim
it's
Harbaugh.
literally the Jim
I'm not
Harbaugh
even saying
effect.
as a Michigan man, like Jim Harbaugh.
Bro, if the Chiefs weren't in the
Literally Jim
West,
Harbaugh.
if the Chiefs weren't in the West, they'd be one of the best. They'd be the best team in the West. They almost beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, like devil magic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Harbaugh has completely turned that culture around.
Yeah, fully. And he's only going to get
Chargers
better.
and the Chargers.
If Kevin O'Connell and Dan Campbell weren't doing the thing they were doing, he would be coach of the year.
Exactly.
One of coach of the
All I'm
year.
saying is I need to see it this year.
Right.
If he stumbles, fumbles, whatever in this game.
Yeah.
I
He's
feel
a
like
top-
you're being too harsh.
No,
on
because you're a
him.
top 5. Think about it. Everybody universally believes he's a top 5 talent. But in order to be a top 5 player, you have to win games or at least have awards.
I just believe he's never had a true coach.
No, but think about it also. If you look at all his stats,
He
passer
has
rating,
not
passing
been set up
yards,
for success.
passing per attempt, every
Yeah.
single year he's been in the league. He's had how many coaches? Like 3, 4 coaches?
Yeah,
now?
3 coaches.
All
Yeah.
his stats have stayed exactly identical. You at least, no matter who the coach is, have to take at least a tiny step up every year to get better. Lamar Jackson has taken a step every year. I know that he has John Harbaugh, but you have to take steps if you are a top 10 quarterback. Top 5 quarterback, you have to take steps, regardless if it's Brandon Staley or not.
I can get down with that.
You also got to
I can
look
get
at the
down with that.
AFC, man. I mean, the AFC probably has the 3 best quarterbacks in
I
Josh
agree.
Allen, Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. Justin Herbert's got to go through all 3 of them. And
Yeah.
whoever's in the AFC has to go through those 3. Herbert's a talent that's up there with that, and I think we could all agree with that. He's got to get up there, though, by winning playoff games. Mahomes, 3 rings. Lamar has made the AFC Championship twice. We'll talk about Lamar and his playoffs in a second. Josh Allen, obviously, probably the MVP favorite. We're going to talk about that, too. Herbert's got to get some wins or stuff, or else you could keep saying he's a naturally talented guy, but if he doesn't get it done and keeps losing to these guys, yeah. And if they lose to Houston, too, I think you can't put him in that tier. He's obviously so talented, but, like, what are we doing?
If they play Houston and they score 10 points and Houston drops 21 or something like that,
Yeah.
that's on Justin Herbert.
That's on Justin Herbert.
You can't drop 10 points on a team that has been injured and has been falling. And as we know is...
I can get down with
Because the
that.
Texans are the worst
But-
team in the playoffs, are they not? They're the worst team in the playoffs.
The Texans?
Worst team in the divisional round. Oh,
I'll
worst
say-
team in the
I'll
AFC?
say- I'll
Oh,
say the
yeah.
AFC.
Maybe
I'll say the
Pittsburgh,
AFC.
but we could agree they're bottom 2. We could
No.
agree.
Pittsburgh's up there.
Yeah.
I'd say Pittsburgh's better than. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Okay, well, yeah, that's
take
valid.
Pittsburgh, too.
But we agree the Texans are not a Super Bowl contender. Like the Chargers are a better team than the Texans. We could all agree that.
Yeah.
And then keep going,
Who's
keep going.
worse than them, though, than the Texans?
Maybe Denver, but
In the whole playoffs, in the whole.
Denver's not worse than the Texans.
yeah, probably not because the Texans have been reeling so much. I don't think there's a worse team actually because Green Bay is a 7 seed in the NFC. They made the divisional last year.
If you think about it, the
Yeah.
Chargers, if you're talking about one guy on that, let's talk about the offense. If you're
Yeah.
talking about one guy on the offense to make a play, it's Herbert. Other than Herbert, who is it?
Lad McConkey.
That's true.
Lad.
No, I'm joking. It's just Justin
Okay.
Herbert.
Okay, but here's my thing though. He's managed this year. He's managed.
Yeah.
And he's throwing the Lad McConkey.
So this is the time to go out and ball.
Yeah.
Don't get managed.
That's his number 1 receiver is Lad McConkey.
But here's the playoffs. You can get managed in the regular season.
Yeah.
When it comes to win the big playoff games, win or go home, it's on you.
We'll see.
They can call plays.
We'll see.
You got to hit the right receivers.
It's
This is
going to be interesting.
And
It's
Houston,
gonna be interesting.
yeah.
Because it's
It's
like
gonna be
Lamar.
interesting.
Lamar's had one good playoff game, and he has 2 MVPs, and it's like you gotta win playoff games.
I can get down with it's a prove it game for Herbert. I can get down with that.
It's definitely a prove-it game for Justin Herbert.
Now, if they lose and he puts up like 30 and they lose 35-30, then it's not on him.
Yeah.
The defense let him down. But if he only puts up 10
points,
yeah,
then it's on him.
Yeah. You're the quarterback. You gotta put the ball in the end zone. See,
I can see that. I can get down with that. I can get down with that.
Okay, because at some point, coaches only matter so much.
I can get down with that.
So, yeah.
So we talked about these three, and before we go into these predictions, let's just broaden it a little. Which wild card team, maybe even road team, or we could go any, is your Super Bowl sleeper?
It's a tough one for me. It's a tough one for me because there's this year's playoffs is this is a really good slate. This is a really good slate, and you could go multiple ways here with the sleeper.
I've got Green Bay.
I like Green Bay.
I like Green Bay a lot.
Green Bay. Yeah.
I do. I just feel like they keep getting banged up.
This gonna be
Christian
really
Watson out, right?
Watson's out.
And they're facing the Eagles.
That's the ACL.
Yeah. And Jalen Hurts is going to be back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So
Love just keeps getting banged up. He keeps getting
going
banged
back
up.
to the season opener against Philly and Brazil.
He keeps getting banged up.
He's good, but also you gotta think about it. He's thrown more picks than last season. And
Yeah.
Not that he's regressed, but he's putting the ball in the harmful
Right.
situations.
Yeah.
Like he's taking chances that he probably shouldn't take.
I agree with that.
But that being said, the first round is like a nightmare.
It's a nightmare, dude.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Say it.
My sleeper's the Chargers.
Oh no!
All right, we'll let the man speak, but
my sleeper's the Chargers.
They're not even getting. You think? Well, it's a sleeper, so I'll let you have it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they got Chiefs in the second round.
My sleeper is the Chargers. Okay.
Okay.
They couldn't beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead if they had LeBron James on the field.
No. They beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead though. They did it
last year.
Okay.
Yeah, never in the playoffs.
We all know Mahomes turns into a different.
Yeah, it's
animal
Pat, guys.
when
It's Pat. Yeah.
That's true.
You can't go. Yeah, you can't go against Pat,
It's
dude.
true.
Yeah.
It's true, but I just, dude. Okay, I am so sick and tired of the Chiefs. I'm just gonna get that out the way right now.
We all are.
I'm so sick and tired of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They have gotten bailed out of like 7 wins this year.
Devil magic.
Bailed out, devil magic.
Yeah.
I am just so sick and tired of it, and I feel like if there's a team in the AFC that's a sleeper to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, it's the Chargers. That's why. I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna go there.
Mahomes in the playoffs, he will have arrived as a top 5.
Oh, fully agree.
Will he finally get your grace? Like,
He will get my
Will he
grace.
finally get your grace?
Anybody that beats Mahomes in the playoffs.
Oh
will get
yeah.
my grace.
I think there's one guy that could have beaten Mahomes in the
Thank you.
playoffs. I thought it was Joe Burrow. I thought Joe Burrow was the guy. If I had to choose now,
I needed Cincinnati to make it.
I needed
into the
Cincinnati.
playoffs.
And then Travis Kelce goes, oh, yeah, it wasn't an excuse. We didn't lose on
Play him in the
purpose.
parking lot.
Yeah, we'll play him in a parking lot. Like, dude, shut up. Like,
Was-
whatever. It's ridiculous. If I had to choose one team in the AFC to beat Kansas City, Baltimore. Baltimore has the highest point differential against good teams. Lamar Jackson hasn't shown it in the playoffs, but has Josh Allen. Josh Allen's made one AFC championship too. I think Baltimore's defense is really good. 2 good pass rushers, Kyle Van Noy, Namadi Matabuke. I probably botched that pronunciation, but you get what I'm trying to say. Studs up and down, but then it's the Lamar narrative in the playoffs. But then, yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Off topic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that second round in the AFC on the bottom is crazy.
Nuts.
It's going to be Ravens,
Bills, and Chargers, Chiefs probably, or Texans, Chiefs, right?
I mean, the Chiefs have an easy walk right to the division.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to play the Chargers or the Texans.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's chill out on the Chargers now.
They could be a sleeper.
They could sleep.
It's not easy for the
Listen,
Chiefs.
I'm going to sleep on them.
Okay, that's fine.
That's valid.
That's
And then
fine.
when we're back next
they're my
week,
sleeper.
and when
That's
we're
why
back
they're my
next week,
sleeper.
we'll talk about
And
this.
that's why we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my sleeper.
I also think the Rams are a sleeper.
I really like the Chargers defense. I really like.
I think the Rams are also a sleeper.
Yeah.
Even
I do.
past Minnesota, they are familiar with the Lions and they can beat the Lions. Like they last year in the playoffs, they lost by 1. This year, the beginning,
Crazy game,
they
dude.
lost by 1 in the beginning. All they have to do is do a few more plays and they beat the Lions. It's not gonna happen. But you know, it could. Like
It's not gonna happen.
Stafford's familiar with that whole stadium. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And if they beat that, like they can get to the.
I really hope one of Green Bay or Washington wins, so the winner of Minnesota-Los Angeles does not have to go to Ford Field next week. Because I think the winner of Minnesota-Los Angeles has the best shot to beat the Lions. I'm not saying they beat them. The Lions are getting healthier.
Well,
Demo's going to be back, right? We got Knuckles back next week.
Yeah.
So I think the winner of Minnesota-Los Angeles has the best chance. But
For sure.
the Lions are the Lions.
For sure.
I don't need to tell you how good the Lions are.
We had messed up. They were talking about Lions going to fall off. We had nobody.
Grit.
Now we're getting everybody back.
You know, grit. It's pride.
It's the pride.
We're biting kneecaps off.
From the effing dirt.
Taking kneecaps. Yeah, you can't bury what came from the dirt.
Yeah, you can't bury it. And that's what the Lions are, bro.
From the dirt.
If there's a team you got to root for in the NFL playoffs, I'm not only saying this because I'm joined by these two on the room, by the way, Pod. I genuinely believe this. The Detroit Lions have never made the Super Bowl. Never. Not once, dating back to when the NFL started in the Abraham Lincoln era. They barely made the playoffs. They barely win playoff games. Last year was their first playoff win since, 2010 or something? And Matthew Stafford was one of the best players to ever come there, didn't win it. Dan Campbell built this team from the effing dirt.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how you don't root for them. Jared Goff written off after the Matthew Stafford trade. Sees Matthew Stafford go win a ring.
Listen,
Demo,
yeah.
Yeah.
From Matt Patricia, you can do no wrong.
Dude, these Lions fans have been through it. And I went to Detroit, must have been 3 years ago, seen them so upset. I might have walked by one of you guys, honestly. And then you go, this year I went for the Michigan Northwestern game, as did this guy. We're not going to talk about that game, though. The amount of optimism, dude, y'all are, it's so cool to see. Ford Field's a crazy environment. I hope you break out the blacks, too, for the NFC Championship. The black unis, that is so sick.
I do.
I love the black unis, bro.
I do.
We got to wait to save that for the game.
No, I wouldn't want them to wear that in the Super Bowl, honestly. I wouldn't.
You want to see the regular blue, probably?
Blueberries.
Listen,
blueberries would be fire.
What do you show up in a funeral for? All black, baby.
That is
the funeral of Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty.
I might be able to get down with that.
I get ready to bear the.
I might be able to get down with that. I'm not gonna lie. Right.
Let's do it. And we're going to keep going right now. And we're going to talk about MVP in 1 second. We talked about Super Bowl sleepers. And we're going to talk about the MVP and coaching search very fast. We're going to go really fast, rapid fire. Give me a sentence at most. Wildcard predictions. Let's start with Chargers, Texans, Toussaint.
I'm going to go. I think Herbert gets it done. Legacy game for Herbert.
Thank you.
Let's go Herbert.
I appreciate you. I do too. Chargers.
I'm gonna go against the grain. Give me CJ. Houston's passing defense is good. Wow. Give me CJ. All right. I've been an OSU homer. Give me CJ. Moving on. Wow. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Give me next up. No.
There we go.
I was like, what are you doing?
Next up, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Sunday night. Our boy Matt Shea, huge Ravens fan. Lamar Jackson, huge playoffs. Is anybody going against the Ravens here? No, not yet.
No. I think Pittsburgh. Okay,
bro,
real quick, that spread is egregious.
Egregious.
That's egregious.
True. It should be at
egregious.
6 or 7.
Pittsburgh's gonna cover, but
I like the over in that. But I have Ravens. Okay, cool. And then next week we're about to talk about Lamar for MVP because spoiler alert, I think it should be him. He's gonna have a tough one next week in Buffalo. Sunday, Denver, Buffalo. Yeah, Haley Steinfeld's gonna be there.
What's the line on that game?
8.5. 8.5.
That's a little wide.
A little wide.
That's a little wide.
But
Denver
Buffalo kills teams at
That's
home.
what I'm saying. First of all, Denver has a great defense.
Yeah. Pat Surtain's stats, I don't know if you guys saw it. It is Defensive Player of the Year. 35 yards once. Yes. John Franklin Myers, who the Jets traded, obviously leads the team in sacks. They're gross.
No.
They're gross.
Their defense is nasty.
And Bo Nix is playing way better than I thought he would.
Yeah, no, their defense is nasty. Defense wins championships, guys.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really high on teams who have great defense.
The Bills are just the Bills, man. I just can't see Denver going in there. They put so much last week.
Allen.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to contain Josh.
We're going to talk about him in a second.
But I feel like it's going to be like a 5-6 point game.
I could see that. I could see Buffalo scoring a touchdown to make it 2-score at the end, but Yeah. By the way, you guys notice how the wildcard weekend is the 3 AFC, then the 3 NFC? There's no mix. The 3 NFC games start late. They're the last 3. So, Philly, Green Bay. Do I do it? Do I do it? Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, no.
I don't hate that.
Give me the Green Bay Packers. Jalen Hurts has not played in 3 weeks. The Eagles have a lot of pressure. Saquon Barkley's Offensive Player of the Year. We'll all agree about that. Green Bay last year against a Dallas team that I'm not calling it the similar makeup of the Philadelphia Eagles. They're very different, but in terms of yards and points they are. Green Bay went in there, scored 45. Then again, the Eagles' defense is much better. I'm going to go against the grain again. Jordan Love, baby. Jordan Love.
There's no way you have
I have the Green Bay Packers. You heard me.
You do not have.
Where's my cheesehead? Look, I'm wearing green and yellow.
You do not. You do not have the Green Bay Packers on your parlay.
If Hurts
What?
is
I do.
70% healthy,
I don't.
There we go. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm fine with it though. I respect.
I'm hedging.
It's
I'm hedging.
fine.
I'm hedging.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. I have Philly.
Yeah, if Hurts is 70% of what he's been, I'm at the
I have Philly. I have Philly.
All right, moving on. Washington, Tampa Bay. Give me Jaden.
I have Washington. I like Washington. I really do.
Let me plant that flag. Give me Baker.
Wow.
Give me Baker.
Baker.
Not mad at it though. I'm not mad at it. Out of all of the wildcard games, that's the hardest.
Mike Evans might
that's the hardest
for
for
like
me.
150.
That's the hardest for me.
I think Mike Evans might have. Nasty.
You do?
Yeah.
Mike Evans should have his Hall of Fame ceremony yesterday.
Marshawn
He is.
Lattimore,
They're gonna fight.
Still had
I can't
Boston,
wait.
but, like,
I can't wait, dude. He is getting old.
still
And Chris
got-
Godwin
he's
obviously has
still
been
putting
out.
the numbers, though. He's still
Yeah.
putting the numbers.
Yeah, Mike Evans, only receiver.
He squeaked by 1,000.
And tell me
Yeah.
what Washington.
He sweated at it.
Bro, watch them mic'd up for that. It's so funny.
It's hilarious.
so funny.
Because
Yeah.
Generally, after you watch that mic'd up, you like now realize that Mike Evans did not think he was going to have 1,000
No.
yards.
Yeah.
That's why when he was
He did not
open,
think he
everyone
was
was like,
gonna
"Oh my
have 1,000
gosh,
yards.
he's open."
Yeah.
He did that on purpose though. They let him.
did.
have
Oh,
it.
totally. I was just like, why are they passing the ball? The game's over. That was why. That was why.
I thought they were gonna run it because the announcers were like, "Oh, and that's the end of the game," and I'm like, "Oh man, he's gonna miss his season."
Yeah.
They hike it. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Bro, oh my god. And then last one. I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna go last because I know your picks. So I'll let you go first, and then I don't know yours. So yeah, cool.
Stafford back and forth field goal Rams.
I'm going Vikings.
You guys know where I'm going. I think Sam Darnold's been one of the best stories in the league. I think he should win comeback player of the year, honestly. I think he's gonna ball up.
I just think that
He definitely deserves to come back.
He does.
he's gonna find a way.
I don't know if you guys remember this game. It happened earlier in the year, same venue, Thursday Night Football. Both offenses played extremely well. It was the face mask call that didn't get called.
yeah.
Didn't get called.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Minnesota, a little
That's a good
revenge and
game.
stuff. Incredible game and stuff. Both Stafford
right
and
after-
Darnold balled out.
Was that like after we beat them? That was the game
Yes,
right after?
that was a game out because the Vikings were 5-1, and people are just like, "Is this team frauds?" They went on to lose. Then the media's just like, "Y'all's frauds. Y'all are wrong, media, because they went 14-3. They might not be the best team in the NFC North. That's the pride because they bite kneecaps." But the Vikings are real. I really like them, and I think their defense is just absolutely ridiculous. Brian Flores might not get a head coaching job, but he's the best. Great defensive coordinator. They blitz like hell too, and this Rams offensive line isn't the healthiest. So, give me the Vikings, and we have that logged. So. It should be a fun wildcard weekend, Phil.
yeah.
We finna be watching it, and
baby.
yeah, let's keep talking football very fast because I'm just gonna say my hot take right now. Josh Allen should not get his pity MVP. It should be Lamar Jackson.
It's the Jokic debate. That's what it is.
It is a
Lamar's
Jokic
won
debate.
2. He just won last year, and Josh is the 2 seed, and he's playing out of his mind. He had those like really outside of those 3 to 4 weeks when Josh was balling, he hasn't put up like
Yeah.
numbers like that are crazy. And Lamar every game has like 250 with like 5 touchdowns. And so I kind of have to give it to Lamar in my opinion. I think Lamar's MVP. But
Okay.
you going Josh?
Aaron Rodgers should win MVP.
Okay. No.
I got CT.
No. No. Absolutely not.
We getting used to these sound effects, pod. We're gonna get it
Found the
full
button
into this.
time. I
Yeah.
found the button this time.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out Hector. Shout out Hector.
Okay. Josh Allen.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
That's valid.
Look, I
Tell me
don't.
why he deserves it over.
Okay, so listen to this. So 2 weeks ago, I was Lamar Jackson. I absolutely was. And then I thought about it. I sat down and I really thought about what this award means. It is the most valuable player. Okay? This is not most outstanding player, although that fits some of the criteria. That's part of the criteria.
The word
But
has been distorted.
The definition of this award is most valuable player, right? Now, if we are going to plug, let's say you take Lamar Jackson off of Baltimore, and you plug Baker Mayfield in. You even plug that guy in.
Sam Darnold does deserve some consideration.
If you
Now,
plug,
to be honest, because of his last game,
Yeah, nah. He's not
Listen.
getting it. But like, I'll fold the narrative. I'll lead his train. I'll lead his train.
If you plug a lot of quarterback, even if you plug Caleb Williams into where Baltimore offense, and you take Lamar Jackson out, they're still making the playoffs.
that's true.
They're still, honestly, they are still a 1 through 4 seed in the playoffs in the AFC. I think so.
I think Wildcard.
Five worst.
Yeah, I mean, you have Derrick Henry.
Five worst.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's.
Five worst.
If Saquon didn't have the season he had and had the thighs he had, Derrick Henry's winning
Five
offensive
worst.
rookie or offensive player of the year. No, I feel that,
So-
but like Lamar's so gifted, man. Like I'll let you finish and then I'll go into it. So
Josh Allen is throwing to Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper,
yep.
which was
Yep.
a late addition. And let's be honest, Amari Cooper actually barely got involved there
Yeah.
for a little bit. 'Cause
He's been hurt. He's been dealing with
He's
everything,
hurt,
man.
like-
Everything.
He's literally throwing to Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid.
Yep.
Okay, James Cook. Now he's having a great year, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, but there are very good running backs on bad teams.
Brees Hall.
There are very good running backs on bad teams who can ball out.
Mm-hmm.
Will ball out. Okay, so that is where I'm. That's just where I'm at with the MVP conversation.
I just feel like
I-
outside of a few weeks, Josh Allen hasn't been as spectacular. He leads them to the right. See, here's the thing. To me, a lot of people use not necessarily the record by itself, but the fact that they're a 2 seed, and that's valid. That's
Yeah.
very valid that they're a 2 seed. He's led them to that point. Most valuable. Makes sense. You can win as many games as possible, but if your stat line doesn't at least show it to me,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't weigh as heavy. And I know that Lamar has more help, but even though he's had more help, it's not like he's putting up average stat lines. He's still putting up crazy stat
No,
lines.
he is.
The one. Go.
I that was what I was gonna add to the point of like I really wouldn't be mad if Lamar won. Like that, I'm not saying that Lamar doesn't deserve it. Jared Goff. Hey, I wouldn't be mad.
Goff.
I honestly wouldn't be mad at him, for real. I wouldn't be mad at Joe Burrow. To be completely
honest, if I'm gonna be
This team's
honest,
just not
if
good.
I'm gonna be honest, I think Joe Burrow deserves it out of all of them.
I agree.
He does.
It's
miss
just
the
you can't
playoffs.
miss the playoffs,
to be
dude.
MVP, though.
Well, the way the award is, you
It's not
yeah.
his fault,
The
though,
way
but
the
Yeah.
award, okay,
Yeah.
so that's a good point. The way that the award is, it
Yeah, you
sucks
can-
that it's like that because it really shouldn't be like that. I think personally,
Yeah.
but if we were being honest, if they were in the playoffs, I think Joe Burrow would be winning MVP.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree with that.
So- So okay, so this is why I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad at Lamar getting MVP. I really wouldn't. Like I think it's one of those awards where whoever doesn't win is going to be mad. They're going to be upset. They're going to be pissed off.
You're gonna see it all over Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
all
they're
over
gonna
Twitter.
win MVP, and they,
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think that they deserve the MVP. So I don't know. I just think Josh Allen.
That's a good point too. Like whoever loses, they'll be upset. They're gonna play each other next week.
Yeah.
And so like
Ooh.
win
It's gonna be a
MVP,
hell of a matchup.
beat them.
That's why I think
Beat
MVP
'em.
should wait until the postseason, in my opinion. Because whoever's winning MVP is most likely going to be in the postseason, and then
Yeah.
if it should go depending on how well they've done
Yeah.
in the biggest spots.
Yeah.
Like for the NFL honors and stuff, if the Roger Goodell or whoever's doing the award goes up there and says MVP is Josh Allen, Lamar's gonna say I beat him in a playoff game, or vice versa, and that's the biggest thing because everybody rather win a ring there.
Because if
Yeah.
Lamar plays
Yeah.
off against
100%.
him, and Lamar has, let's say, 250 with 4 touchdowns, and let the Bills win, and
Yeah.
he has 2 touchdowns and like 170 yards with like 57 rushing or like 60
Yep.
rushing, I would still say, hey, listen, I know you. Actually, that's actually a good point because it depends on how they would play.
Yeah.
The one thing that is very pro Josh Allen for me, he's Pat's one loss. He was nuclear in that game
Yeah.
against the Chiefs.
He lit them up.
Lamar did play well against the Chiefs on opening night. If Isaiah Likely wore a smaller shoe, they probably win that game,
No,
or
they-
that would
they
have
would've
been
won that game for
yeah.
sure,
But like
100%.
I just think Lamar more touchdowns, less turnovers, and he has
His turnover ratio was.
his turnover ratio is
nasty.
disgusting,
It is
and it's been
nasty.
disgusting for nearly his entire
It is
career,
nasty.
by
And
the
think
way.
about it too.
It is
Yeah.
nasty.
The man's been a runner, quote unquote runner, his whole career.
And he was second in the league in passing touchdowns.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you call an upgrade. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not disrespect to Josh Allen. Josh Allen had like 39 and 6, and probably has the best.
800 rushing yards.
Dude, he's gross. And
Yeah,
Josh Allen has the best
12 rushing
yeah.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
And those aren't no tush push.
No.
Nah.
Push my ass.
That's
into the
him
end
running
zone,
when
like-
coach tells him to slide, and he.
20 yards
That's-
out. 20 yards
that's-
out. Let me
that
hop
is
over
like-
a
Yeah,
65
let me run
Let me-
through
let
your
me
ass,
just-
bro.
Let me just
Yeah.
like catapult my thigh right into
Dude.
your fucking face mask. Like that's what that is. So
either one, we
I
could
wouldn't be
agree.
mad at.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Lamar.
mad
really
if
wouldn't be Lamar.
if
I
Allen gets
wouldn't.
it. I'm
I
like,
just,
you know what, he deserves it too.
I just,
I would
with
go
what the
with
definition of what the award is, I just think Josh Allen deserves it.
to be fair, I have to give credit to Josh because he used to be reckless with the ball, and he's taking care of the ball this year. So
Facts.
I have to give him that credit.
Facts. And we'll see both them play this week. I know it doesn't count because the votes probably already started, but both these guys got to ball out. It'll be a good wild card weekend. Now, should we talk basketball?
Go basketball.
Let's go hoops. Let's just press a button and see what happens.
Oh, that's a fire one.
NBA.
That's a fire one. Detroit basketball. All right, we're gonna save that though.
No, I'm a Nets fan too, so that yeah.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Okay.
Let's
start.
I just got excited.
Yeah. Hey, valid. Hey, if y'all want to talk Pistons first, we can. But there was a really good game last night. Cavs, Thunder, probably the two best teams in the NBA right now. Cavs won 129-122. I mean, like, are you gonna find a more important player in the league right now than? I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Darius Garland. He was gross. No, yeah, he was gross. He's been hooping. Like right now, I'm not saying he's an MVP. I'm not saying any of that stuff. He's been disgusting, and he was disgusting last night too. And when Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was on the court, Garland might have outplayed him. Might have.
Shea looked a little small compared to.
A little small, right?
Hey,
A little small.
Yeah, I'm not like Shea. I'm not gonna lie, he struggled a little bit.
Right.
To me, I feel like an old head when I say this. I really hate foul merchants.
Oh, totally. Zach Edey, if you're listening to this, I hate you, Zach Edey.
I just really don't like
Zach
people
Edey's
that
just
foul
too damn
me.
big.
Dude, too damn big. I hate foul merchants.
I can't support foul baiters. That's why I've never really been an SGA fan. I like him. He's a good player. He gets buckets, but it's the Harden disease where everyone tries to draw like 20 free throws and go to the line. It's like play ball, get to the line, get the and one.
Yeah, dude.
Go to the line.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I don't like Embiid.
Dude, Embiid had 20 foul shots a game.
7-1 doing that.
Yeah.
So it's even worse.
Dude, the Thunder, like, regardless that they lost, like, they're so good.
No,
and then
but
I'll let you
this is
talk.
the
Yeah.
thing, the Cavs are so good.
Dude, they're real.
And this is the reason why I have been waiting for Kenny Atkinson to get a head coaching job is for this reason right here.
The Nets should have kept him.
Like-
God dang it.
Like Kenny Atkinson, that was the best hire.
They should have, but
In this
That was the
cycle.
best hire in a long
Yeah, they
time.
pushed him out. Yeah, Kyrie Irving.
Pushed him out for sure. But
I hate you, Kyrie.
okay, so I was. It's crazy. So like the Cavs are 32-4 right now.
That's
19-1 at home.
insane record.
Yeah.
Like
You go to Believeland
it's-
and you don't believe you're
it's
going to win,
so
bro.
crazy to think about like a LeBron James less
We need to get Brendan in
Cleveland Cavaliers.
We do need to
team.
get Brendan in here. We'll get him in here.
We'll
Don't worry.
We'll get Logan
Yeah.
soon.
here. He's gonna make this. He's gonna make this outrageous.
Dude,
We'll
oh my
get
God.
Logan soon. It's crazy to think about a LeBron-less Cavaliers team winning 60 games
I know.
because they're gonna do it.
I don't think that's ever happened, by
And
the
if
way.
they keep at this pace, they're
But-
on track.
Okay.
They're on track to
Okay.
do what the Warriors
Okay,
did.
while
Yeah.
that's amazing. They can't film out in the first round like they did.
Oh,
But-
no shot. I can't even flame out in the
That's-
second round. They lost in
okay.
the second round last year to the
That's-
Celtics, then
So-
5.
so
Like,
that's
that can't happen
exactly-
again.
That's exactly where I
Yeah.
was going. So Stephen A. Smith said this morning that the Cavs can absolutely win it all. I'm not on that train yet.
It's possible based on what we see.
I'm not on that train yet.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'm not on that train yet.
Here,
I-
yeah. It's hard.
I just believe they have to prove it first. And okay, don't get me wrong. Like 32-4, it's outstanding. Like they're playing great basketball. They're the best in the league.
Yeah.
Right?
They've also been the healthiest team in the league.
Healthiest too.
Yeah.
But you cannot flake out in the playoffs.
Absolutely not.
And they still have to show me that they can beat Boston.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yes,
Boston's
I mean,
still the dominant.
Because I still don't believe that they can beat Boston in 7 games.
I don't even know if they could beat the Knicks. Like, the Knicks beat them in the playoffs 2 years ago. I know that's
Knicks
a...
would give them a run for their
I think
money.
It's a great matchup.
I think the Knicks are a better starting 5 than them. And we could talk about that in a second. I think the Cavs are still the third
I'm not
best
mad
team
at
right now. Like,
I'm not
right
mad
now, if you said who's the best team in the East, I'm going to say Cleveland because
I'm not mad
they
at
are
that.
record, but, like, you're not taking them over Boston.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I just really don't like Thibodeau. So
Valid.
He's gonna run some of them into the ground.
Yeah. Hey, not if Josh Hart keeps eating Mike and Nikes the way he does. Like,
you've got to give some other players some. Like,
Oh,
you've
fully.
Got to reduce the minutes. here a
boo
little
booey.
I really see Cat being in the playoffs.
This-
and I
No,
don't
this
wanna
is
see it.
exactly
agree.
why Thibodeau's teams go into the playoffs and they
Yep.
get hurt.
He just
They are
doesn't-
not healthy.
He doesn't learn.
They
what-
play
Doesn't
40
learn.
minutes a game.
OG Anunoby is not fit to play 40 minutes a game in a meaningless game.
They
Save
play
him for the
40
playoffs.
minutes
They
a
had that
game.
Yeah.
man. They were so hurt. They had OG come
Yep.
back. his hamstring is falling off the
Dude,
bone like
yeah.
a piece of tender meat.
Dude, it was literally
Jogging up
rotisserie.
the
Yeah,
court,
dude.
trying to
Oh my
guard these
God.
It's like one of those like when they
Dude.
take them out the smoker, like those,
Yeah,
they got those turkey legs with chicken bones, and they just
He was going like
pound it and the meat flies off.
Dude.
he was
That's
running
exactly-
like 50% in that game because he could not
That's-
move.
Dude.
They had to shoot him with horse chicken.
Bro, something like
There's
that.
They
no
gave him
way.
perks. They gave him what
No,
Aaron
there's
Rodgers
no
had.
way.
Yeah.
Like, they had
Aaron
to
Rodgers
shoot-
slid him that
they shot him with
ayahuasca.
something.
He slid him.
Ayahuasca.
They injected
Bro.
something into him that, like, there's no way.
If
It
health,
didn't even work.
Yeah,
Because he
I
was
know.
still kind
No,
of like
he was
half
still
on it.
out.
dude.
That's what I feel so bad.
If healthy, I do think the Knicks have the best starting five in the league.
They're nasty.
I know it's a hot take, but
See,
Jalen Brunson,
That's the thing. You
yeah.
have the biggest if health.
If healthy, it's the biggest if healthy in the league and stuff. And I'm not even a Knicks fan. I'm a Nets fan. I jumped ship in 2013. Probably the worst sporting decision I made. And that's being a Jets, Mets, and Rangers fan. And I'm not going to make this a New York's thing. Check out Mazarski Memos for that, obviously. Yeah, let's go self-plug. Bro, this Knicks starting five. Jalen Brunson, we know what he brings. OG Anunoby and McCall Bridges, two of the best 3-and-D wings in the league. Maybe even the best two. OG's always hurt. McCall's always not. So you're going to get one of them. Knock on wood. Cat's been gross. And then, yeah, Josh Hart. I mean, like, yeah. You just don't know. Like, and would you take this team to beat Boston? Yeah.
would. Just Tibbs needs to dial it down.
Yeah.
He needs to dial it down.
Bro, let them
He
take
needs
their
to dial
ice
it.
baths. Yeah, let them take their ice baths.
Yes.
Like,
please. Because I do want to see what they can do.
yeah.
But it always gets ruined.
It's like you have arrested McBride and he keeps running down Brunson, and it's like
McBride
Right?
can.
McBride is good. He can ball.
Deuce
He
can
ball.
shoot. And Tyler Kolek's gross, by the way, too. He should get more minutes, but Tibbs never plays rookies. Never plays rookies.
They had that
Give
man.
Kolek
They
some
had that
minutes.
man
Yeah.
playing after he dropped 40.
He dropped 40 in the G League, dude. He dropped
Like, come
40,
on.
30 minutes or 10 minutes away from my house.
Said, hey, we need big time minutes.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Their
Their players are hurt. So
Brunson's on
let me ask you this right now. If you had to take one team in the East to beat the Celtics, would it be the Cavs or the Knicks? Or another team? Orlando Magic? Not actually.
Right
Not
now,
actually.
I'm a
Like,
Giannis
right now?
fan. Give me the
Oh,
Bucks.
okay.
Are you serious?
No, they're not winning.
Okay.
If they get Jimmy?
They have no assets.
No assets.
They just literally.
They got
sat
rid of
down and
everyone.
benched Middleton
How are they
because he's
paying
been
Jimmy?
trash.
Yeah.
How are they paying Jimmy?
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're gonna ask.
No one's paying Jimmy.
They're
Take
gonna
it out of
yeah.
Doc Rivers'
That's
salary.
another-
take it out of Cam Jones NIL money. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Take
But
it out of Doc's salary.
Yeah. I think right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have to go Cleveland.
This is to beat the Knicks.
No, to beat the
No,
Celtics.
I would have to go Cleveland. I would
I would go Knicks, but they would have to be healthy. The Knicks, I thought they would have done it, but they just fell apart through that Indiana series.
They literally and figuratively fell apart.
They would have literally beat the Pacers.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm watching
If they
Brunson
were
with a
healthy.
hand injury, and
Yeah.
everybody's falling.
Everybody
OG's
did.
muscles is all jacked up.
Yeah,
Like,
and
Dude,
Tibbs is just
all
standing
them.
over here like
Yeah.
this, like.
Dude, and like
I'm gonna go Knicks. And because I mean they were like that last year with Cat now.
You're going
Right.
to go Knicks.
I'm gonna go Knicks.
I'm gonna go Knicks too. I think their starting five is a one starting five, maybe better than Boston. I mean, Cleveland's ridiculous.
It's just
I just feel like at some point, because think
right
about
now I can't.
it. Now they're so nasty. Donovan Mitchell
But
can
Cleveland's
go.
got to prove it.
Cleveland is
Absolutely.
so nasty. Donovan Mitchell can take a game off and look like garbage, and they can still win. But Boston, here's the thing about Boston that's so nasty. We saw a couple years ago when the Rockets put up like 63s in a game and they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. This Celtics team hits everything.
Yeah.
Bro, they don't
anything
miss.
They
They don't
just
miss,
firing.
dude. They're nuclear.
That's what I'm saying. If they're hitting all those threes, nobody's beating them, to be honest.
I agree with that.
Title
And
contender.
title contender, yeah, let's do it. Give me your title favorite right now. Is it the same team? Like, is it the Celtics? Like, do we think they're the favorite to win it all right now?
Right now, it has to be.
So actually, let's
Think
take about
Think about the West. Who's in the West that would compete?
the Thunder,
Oklahoma
but
State, the
yeah,
Thunder.
yeah, the
Other than
Thunder.
'cause we just talked about
My glorious king, who might not even make
Okay,
it, by the way.
Memphis. Memphis.
I like Memphis. I mean, like if Jokic gets in and stuff, I could see Denver. Like right now, the Nuggets are the 4 seed, Thunder
I
are the
just
1.
don't think they have enough depth.
I don't think they have
They
enough
just
depth
lost
either.
Russ.
Russ had a great game yesterday, though. I
But
will
Russ
say.
has been hooping.
Yeah, Dallas
he's been
maybe.
balling.
Like I love Luka. Luka's would be the best player in that series against the Thunder, but
Russ
like
told Zubac, you better box the fuck out.
I saw that. I
Better
saw that.
box out.
You better box the
And then got
freak
that,
out.
And then got that put back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think
Probably the Celtics.
I don't want to say Boston, but like,
who else?
They're still playing good They're
Who else
playing
is
good
topping
quality
Boston?
basketball.
So, I think the teams that could top Boston.
My second is gonna be OKC though.
That's valid. I think it's
Really
Cleveland and the
OKC.
Knicks on that side.
And Chet's injured.
Yeah, Chet's injured.
Now. Like he's not even playing.
And they're still absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Like, Lou Dort's one of the best defensive players in the league. Jalen Williams, such a good compliment. Caruso
was such a good. That was the best pick. That's the best.
Bro, yeah,
That's
ridiculous. And he didn't even play yesterday.
Yeah.
He didn't even play yesterday. Alex Caruso, if you're listening to this, thank God you got out of Chicago because you're on a much better team that's a title contender.
That was the best thing to happen.
And
talk
about the bright skin Isaiah Hardenstein. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that on Josh Harden, Jalen Brunson's podcast. Great pickup, dude.
Timberwolves are just a slightly underrated.
Oh, I agree with that.
They are.
Ant's gross, and
I think they'll make another run.
I think they'll make another run too. I think the West is a lot more fun than the East. I think the East is 3 good teams, and then the rest is sort of meh. I think that the West, I don't know. The East would have a better team though if Jimmy Butler played, but Jimmy Butler's on his way out of Miami, which is crazy because I want to be there. We all want to be there. It's freaking freezing in Chicago.
Give me $50 million to hoop
in South Beach. In the shadow of LeBron and D Wade left. Like, come on. Like, why don't you want that?
All because Pat Riley told him to shut up.
Yeah. Where's he gonna go, bro? Like, where? I don't know where Jimmy Butler. He's not going anywhere.
No one's taking that money.
No one's
taking that.
I wouldn't trade for Jimmy Butler if he was even worth 30.
No one's taking.
Yeah.
That. And that's another thing. Like, let's be real here. Are you ever going to be satisfied? Like.
No, that's the NBA now.
That is literally, that's the NBA, but it's also Jimmy Butler. Like.
What, he's done this at 4 stops now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Chicago, Minnesota, Philly.
Should have stayed in Sixers was the best opportunity.
You got to fall out with Philadelphia. You got to fall out with Minnesota.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy and Philly probably might win the chip if Kawhi doesn't bounce like that. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying they do, but it's possible.
Him in Minnesota was hilarious, though.
Him in Minnesota.
The third-string backup.
Dude.
Or he had the backup, and he was like, first team, let's go. I got the backups. And
he cooked them.
And then left and was like, all y'all need to get better.
Oh, yeah. Dude, oh my God. That was wild.
He was cooking cat and all of them.
Like, he's a hooper. Like, Jimmy's a hooper.
I mean, I think the only teams that would take him are the Lakers or Bucks. Like, pair him with the superstar.
The other report was the Suns, but they're trying to bench. No. It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
What the Suns need to do is...
Bro.
Unless they don't want to
also,
bench.
Like...
If the Suns don't want to bench, then take Jimmy.
Yeah. I think they should.
And just still suck.
They're going to try to offer Beal and Nurkic,
and
which is garbage.
By the way, Jimmy being the third shot getter on that team because Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are obviously going to more. He's going to have another fallout immediately.
He's not going to be the guy there.
No. He's going to be standing in the corner for half the players while KD goes, I got this, or Booker goes, I got this. Those are 2 of the best ISO players in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a Hall of Famer and a guy who is probably maybe on his way, Devin Booker. So it's like
Jimmy's getting like.
And by the way,
he's 35.
He's getting grumpy old man.
Yeah, he's 35.
You're gonna sign him.
You sign him to a 3-year grumpy ass old man.
Yeah, dude.
He wants a big contract. If you give him a big contract, by the time it gets up, he's gonna be like nearly 40.
Dude, yeah, and Bradley Beal's making $50 million there too, so they have so much money.
And he keeps getting injured. You're not LeBron James.
And also, do you think Mike Budenholzer wants him? Mike Budenholzer won his NBA championship ring because the Bucks were good at defense. He had freaking PJ Tucker on Kevin Durant when they won that chip. If Jimmy goes, I don't want to play defense, which is what he does, by the way, he's going to put in Grayson Allen over you.
The greatest 6'5" center of all time.
Right? PJ Tucker.
You feel me? So, yeah, I mean.
I guess we'll see with that. And, a lot of the Jimmy stuff's going to go. All right, we got 2 more. We're going to go MVP Dark Horse first. We're saving the best for last for my 2 We're going to save the best for last for my 2 Michiganders.
Damn sure better save best for last.
Yeah, best for last. So I think we could all agree the MVP conversation right now is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic. Outside of that, give me one player that you think will enter this conversation.
A
Sleeper. If y'all don't have an answer, I could go first, too.
So
yeah.
I really...
Someone said Wemby.
So...
Ooh.
Which isn't bad.
I don't like that. I do like that. That's what I'm not.
My thing is like, I just hate that the award has gotten to this, just like NFL. Like,
right?
We have to take the teams into consideration with this award. Like, that just...
Spurs in the playoffs right now, right?
Makes me mad.
Yeah.
But are you gonna give it
to a team in the play-in? No.
If Shai hoops for the rest of the year, it's probably gonna be Shai.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't want to give another one to Jokic.
No, because Jokic has 3 already, right? Yeah, I don't think. 4 is not important.
So who was the 3 you named off?
The three favorites right now are
It's
Shea,
Shea,
Giannis, and Jokic. Yeah. I think one of the sleepers, but he's not eligible. I love that. I was going to go with the Knick, too. I was going to say Jalen Brunson.
None of the voters are going to vote for him.
Yeah, none of the voters are
They're
going to vote
not, but like he is.
SEC.
He's balling.
He has been putting up
SEC.
ridiculous numbers.
Bro, he's been
SEC.
so good. SEC. Bro, so it's so funny. No, they aren't. Dude, I wish Luka wasn't hurt because he's been gross when he's on the court, but he's not eligible.
You got the Darius Garland voice.
Bro, yeah.
Excuse me, Serena.
Excuse
What
me.
did you say?
Serena.
I can't hear you.
I'm trying to think of this another guy who could get into this conversation. God, KD. KD's averaging 28 a game, but is KD gonna play 65 games? He did last year. I don't. But like, it's hard. I like Cat. I love Jalen Brunson. Yeah, I'm the biggest Jalen Brunson fan. And he's averaging 25 a game and has been gross.
Brunson.
Maybe, but like Cat gets all the shots too. Like,
Yeah, I'm taking Cat over Brunson.
yeah, Cat's been great this year. That's why the Knicks are real. Like, I don't know who else. I like the Wemby pick. I like it. I mean, like,
But I need Wemby to show up a little more consistently.
Are you sticking
Yeah.
with Wemby
He
for
had-
yours?
I'll take Wemby, but I mean he had
Okay.
10 and 10 against the Bucks last night.
Yeah, was it
You
you-
have to have
yeah.
more than 10 against the
Yeah.
Bucks.
was it you that said it
He
to
was
me in
getting
class
shut
yesterday
down.
where you go he either drops like 10 or he goes off for 40?
Yeah, the man
Yeah.
either drops 40 points or he drops 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't drop like 30, 10,
Yeah,
and
no,
15.
he
Yeah.
was
It's
getting
like,
shut down
it's like
last night.
40, 10, 10, and
They
10.
had-
And this
they-
guy's a teenager.
No, they had him in hell.
Yeah.
Dude.
They had him in hell last night.
He's still trying to figure it out. He's going to win Defensive Player of the Year, too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he averages 4 blocks a game.
He
Next
should've won
is,
it last
yeah.
year. That's nice.
Should have won it last year, too, but they gave it to the man who started COVID. Yeah, we do not like Rudy Gobert.
No.
Dude, Wemby is so great. He, what's it called? And then we'll go to,
If
this,
I if I have the ball in my hands and I go to the rack and Rudy Gobert's down there, I'm trying him.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
punch it every time.
Yeah.
I'm punching.
Yeah.
I'm trying to punch on him. If Wemby's down there, I don't think
I'm telling him to put his damn mask on.
We had a
Like,
conversation about that yesterday.
What's
Me
funny
and
is
Tui
yeah.
Rudy is so tall that
had a
like,
conversation about
and he
that.
but he looks so soft. It looks like I could
Bro.
talk shit to him.
They literally attack him.
Bro,
They attack
yeah.
him. If they get him out of paint, they attack him.
Dude, he's also not in on offensive possessions for the
And Phelps
Timberwolves.
should make a
Because
great
Yeah.
point.
that's what
Phelps-
Shaq said.
okay.
He
That's what
averages
Shaq-
10 and 10
Yeah.
at 7-1.
At 7-1. Bro, it's
absolutely
absolutely
No,
nuts.
disgusting.
It's
Like,
bonkers.
That
Yeah.
offensive game is
Yeah.
dominant. Like that's
And-
disgusting.
yeah.
He did. He
Bro.
tried to do like a
Disgusting.
spinning lift
Yes.
with a floater. It's like,
You're not that guy, Rudy. You're not that guy.
There's actually a highlight of like 16-year-old Wemby.
I was just about
Yes,
to say that.
yes,
Cooking him.
yes.
Cooking him.
He
one-on-one.
was bewildered. He didn't know
Cooking
what to
him.
do.
Bro, Wemby has not even reached close to first form yet. Or not first form, his final form.
Wemby was a better player than Rudy Gobert
Dude,
before he even entered the league.
Actually,
good
dude, Wemby, after he won Rookie of the Year, posted on Instagram with the hashtag first form. If you went to the comment section, everyone's just like, we are so screwed. Because what he's doing right now,
He should've been defensive
when
player of the year.
when he's a grown man,
If he gets Giannis weight,
yeah,
look out.
look
He
out,
gets that
dude.
Giannis weight where it's like 2 years from now he's buff.
Dude, he's
Oh,
buff.
yeah.
And yeah, dude,
He'll
I
probably be the
guess we'll
GOAT
see.
if that happens, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I feel like those are those. I don't even know who else to put out there, but Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I was in the chat.
Nah, all right, do we do it? I think it's time.
Detroit basketball. Come on, bro. This is what I've been waiting for.
Ballin'.
Bro, they are balling.
Gosh.
They are freaking balling.
Look at Cade, man. Look at Cade.
Bro,
Oh my
remember when they
gosh.
wrote Cade off, dude?
Last
They
year-
wrote Cade off.
Last year they were
Dude.
dropping 40 and losing.
Yeah.
This year he's dropping 40 and they're winning.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
all-star.
He's an all-star.
He's all-star. He could
Bro.
be an MVP conversation.
He could be. Jaden Ivey, thoughts and prayers go out to you. You were freaking
So,
balling
okay,
before you got
so-
hurt, too.
So, all right. So they're 8-1 their last night.
They're
gross. Alright.
Yeah.
8-1. Timberwolves dub. Nuggets dub. Oh no, that was an L. Magic dub. That's a good dub.
At the Lakers.
At the Lakers dub. Kings dub.
They didn't light no
Suns
beams.
dub.
Yeah.
Tough wins.
At the Suns, they don't light no beams. Like, here,
Like,
keep going.
They're like
They beat the future
they're-
champions, the
it's
Brooklyn
they're
Nets.
Getting legitimate. They are. They're getting legitimate. And we lost Ivy. Now, that one hurts. It hurts bad, but it gives such good opportunity for Ron Holland to develop.
It lets everyone breathe
mhm.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It lets everyone breathe a
Yep.
little bit, and it gives. I'm so excited for Ron Holland, just off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ivy's gonna be back. I was gonna be. He gets reevaluated in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Be back probably.
He had surgery. Right?
End of April if we get.
Yeah, he had surgery. That was ugly.
That'll take about. Well.
He'll be back by playoff time at least.
Yeah, I broke my tib.
Knock on wood, they
make
make
it.
it.
5-6 months. So with an athlete, it'll probably take like less than that, like half of that.
Yeah.
We get playoffs. We get Ivy back.
And from a non-Detroit standpoint,
And Cade's nasty.
it is so fun watching your prospects become gross at basketball. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Ron Holland, Jalen Duran. Isaiah Stewart wasn't.
Stewart
Yeah,
could be a
Stewart.
defensive player of the year.
He could be.
He's legitimately.
He is worth every dollar of that contract.
Charles Oakley.
He could legitimately win defensive player of the year.
Bro, go all the way to the bottom. Paul Reed's been good in some games. Paul Reed was terrible in Philadelphia last year. He's been gross for y'all. Like, yeah.
Malik Beasley has been nasty.
He's been nasty.
He's been
in the last
hooping.
Yeah.
He has been hooping.
Yeah.
Tim
Malik
Hardaway,
Beasley could not.
26 without anything else.
Malik
I
Beasley
know,
could not
dude.
Play better for this basketball team right now.
Dude,
Tim Hardaway was non-existent in Dallas, and he comes to Detroit, and it's like
crazy.
Tobias Harris.
Asar is just freaking nature.
Yeah.
Freaking nature.
Amen, though. Amen, go to the boxing ring, dude. Yeah, Amen, go to the boxing ring.
He go to MMA.
He got he body slammed and
Tyler Hero got up like he was gonna do something.
Crazy.
dude, that was wild.
But yeah, we just wanted to gloat about it.
Dude, they keep winning. The one thing I'll say, and then we can wrap this up. The New York Knicks do not lose at home. Imagine the Pistons on January 13th go into Madison Square Garden and beat the Knicks. Beat a legitimate contender in the East. I don't know the next time they play the Cavs or the Celtics.
Watch out.
I was on
Watch
Twitter.
out.
I was on Twitter and I
out.
saw the NBA official Twitter and they had the Cade Cunningham thing. Did y'all see that? It was like Cade's in the building.
Yeah.
Someone was like, oh,
Dude,
they're starting
look
to
out.
promote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
They're-
how you know it's like getting somewhere. When
Dude.
He starts promoting the Pistons.
End of January 27th at the Cleveland Cavaliers. If they go into New York or Cleveland and get a win, a statement, they're not title contenders, but you know they arrived. You know they arrived.
We
Playoff
arrived.
contenders.
Dude. Dude, Michigan sports.
Arrived.
Michigan
They say
sports.
Michigan sports is on the rise.
Michigan.
Hey man, what do you say? Tell the world we back up, baby. Come on now.
They were built from the effing dirt.
Tell the world we back
You know it.
up.
You know it.
Yeah.
We back up.
Bro,
Hey, shout out JB.
shout out.
Shout out JB. Monty's a fraud, man.
Ongo.
Monty, tell me.
Monty's a
Yo,
fraud.
Monty had me in hell last year.
Oh, yeah.
Had me in hell.
Oh, yeah.
JB
Fraud,
Bickerstaff
man.
came in immediately.
Dude.
Real
JB, is he the front runner for Coach of the Year? Probably Atkinson, actually, but, like, he's up there. He'll get votes. He should get votes.
he should get
Especially if
votes for
Detroit
sure.
makes the
He
playoffs.
definitely get
Yeah.
votes.
Like,
I see
they
that.
nice.
Yeah.
They nice.
Nice. Very nice, baby.
Yeah, bro.
Very nice.
Is that how we wrap up episode 1?
Yeah, we did. It's Detroit.
All right, guys. We're going to have a name next week. And next week, we'll be talking about these Detroit Lions. And
Hey,
I
put
know
in the
these two are going to be
comments,
happy.
like, some name ideas.
Yeah, we need some name ideas. We want some callers next week, too. We're
Callers.
gonna get news to this button too and figure out all the sound effects, but we talk ball here and we love it. So like, yeah, anything else to say, fellas?
I don't know. I just want to tell them, stay fresh, stay fly, baby. You know how we do.
Tune in, subscribe, watch us some more. You know we love ball. You know that, we got the best information here. So
We'll be back next week.
Yes, sir. Dad, how do we turn this off?